Yo, what's up guys, it's TB and welcome to the beginning of a long list of videos that are well overdue. I'm not gonna lie, I've had this idea in my head for months now, So let me tell you, you can take me seriously when I say I put a lot of effort into this video. Mostly into what I'm gonna say, because the gameplay is super old. It's Apex Legends, but it's when it first came out, literally the same week that it came out. I played it in a couple other games, we're gonna get into that, but that's what's in the background. Just some Apex Legends gameplay, super old, not, current or present or whatever they're doing right now in Season 3. I know they got a Halloween event coming, that's besides the point. How I got this idea in the first place, because I already knew that I disliked BRs, and yes, I say dislike. I put hate in the title, why I hate them, but hate is super strong. But if someone tells you they dislike something, would you really believe them? You gotta say you hate it, you dislike it from the bowels of your soul, you know what I mean? So how I got this idea is, I wanted to do a community event with my stream, the people who come by my stream, I wanted to play something with them. And a lot of the type of games that I like to play are solo, not really multiplayer, besides Destiny 2. You guys know I love Destiny 2. But I was like, what is free and accessible for basically everyone? It's Battle Royale. So all day, I played these three games. I played Fortnite, I played Apex Legends, and I played PUBG. These three games, they're probably the biggest Battle Royale games right now, and I don't believe that PUBG is free. It may be free on mobile, but I know console and PC you gotta have to pay for it. But Fortnite and Apex Legends are free. If you must know, my favorite out of the three was Apex Legends, and I use favorite, very loosely. It's not something that I played besides that one day that I downloaded it just to play it with my community, and it was great. They loved it. Sometimes they even asked me to come by and play some more, but it's like, I really don't like Battle Royales. But out of the three, those are my favorite. I have a long list of cons, that's kind of the point of the video, but just to make sure that people know I'm not a hater, even though I don't like Battle Royales, I can see the good that they do. So we're gonna start off with the pros before I get to the cons, okay? The first pro is that they are free for the most part. These big Battle Royale games, Fortnite, Season 2 just started, that's free. Apex Legends on Season 3, that's free. A whole bunch of H1Z1, I believe, has a Battle Royale too, that's free. That's great. The accessibility for these really well optimized, a lot of time put into them, into their heroes, into the guns, into the map, into their events. It's all free and it's highly accessible. When I was a kid, I had to pay for any game that I wanted. And if I couldn't pay for it, I would have to rent it or get like a demo or something like that. So it's cool how accessible these games are. I may not enjoy them, but I like that they're really accessible. The second one is Battle Royale. The nature of it, 100 people, maybe less sometimes, drop into this place and you get to fight it out. Multiplayer. You can play with your friends. If you and your friends have a cellular device, because Fortnite is mobile too, PUBG is mobile, I don't believe Apex Legends is mobile, but the multiplayer aspect, it's a free game that you can play with your friends. That's super popular and you guys will probably have fun. That's why there's so many young people playing Battle Royales, especially Fortnite and Apex Legends right now, because it's free, it's accessible, and you can play it with a large group of your friends. The third pro, I would say, it's constantly being updated. You know how often I see people talk about Fortnite, Apex Legends, PUBG? They're constantly updating it, adding new things to it, adding, new maps, adding new guns, new features, especially Fortnite. Out of the three, I think Fortnite updates its game so much. Obviously there's a couple stuff in there, more than a couple actually, that they put in there to incentivize you buying, like the skins and the dances and the emotes and stuff like that. But if you just play the game, I'm pretty sure you can earn your V-Bucks or whatever it is that you need to get the battle pass, and then just progress through the battle pass like without having to pay any money whatsoever. Especially if you're a kid, there's going to be a lot of things that are appealing to you. Maybe talk to your parents or whatever, but like, you can play these games that are free with your friends without paying any money whatsoever. Those three things, I feel like, is the good. That's the good of battle royales, especially right now in this climate. They're very popular. It's like just the thing to do, man. It's the thing to play. A lot of times I get people coming in my stream and it's like, do you play battle royale games? And I just gotta tell them no. Okay, so let's get into the cons. That's what people really here for, and they're really here to see me just shit all over these these video games. Okay, so the first con for me is the maps are way too big. These maps are huge, and I know they need to be huge because it's like 100 people here, but I just feel like because the maps are too huge, you have to depend on your compass, right, to tell people where the heck anyone is. And I feel like Apex does this the best because they have a ping system. You know, PUBG doesn't have that, Fortnite doesn't have that, so it really helps to be able to ping something or someone to let them know where it is. But I feel like the maps are way too big for my taste, and the amount of people is just way too much. And there's no radar. Like I said, you have to use a compass. That's gonna tell you where things are. It's north, south, east, west, and then they got numbers in between. I really don't like that. I'm used to playing where I have a radar and I can tell exactly where this person is because they're not a million miles away from me. The second con is the randomness. I really do not enjoy the randomness of battle royales. Now, this is twofold. There's randomness in the loot pool, like if you open up a chest, you don't know what you're gonna get. If you go to a certain area, you don't know what you're gonna get. You may get heals. You may get consumables like grenades and stuff like that. You may get a good gun. You may get a good piece of armor. Like, you really don't know. Sometimes you can kind of guarantee if you consistently go to an area, there might be something good there. But like, I just don't like how you never know for sure if you go somewhere if you're gonna get good stuff or not. It's random. You just gotta deal with the hand that you're dealt with. So not just randomness with the loot pool, randomness in kills. Sometimes because the map is so big and you don't have a radar, you just had to depend on, you know, your audio and what you see. Again, Apex Legends does this great because you could basically ping anything or anyone. You'll just get killed out of nowhere sometimes. From the small amount of time that I played, I forgot if I mentioned how much. I spent about 2 to 4 hours in Fortnite, PUBG, and Apex. There's times where I got downed or a friend on my team got downed because they were a little bit too far away from me, and we didn't know that there was an enemy team around us. They were quiet. They didn't do anything until it was way too late. So I don't like the randomness in that aspect. The third thing, it depends on if you play with friends or if you don't play with friends. I feel like no matter how good you are in a battle royale, if you are a solo player, you will never have as much fun as if you get to play with your friends all the time. Me personally, I play by myself a lot. It's not that I don't have friends that I can play with. I do, but I don't like playing battle royales as it is. So like, if I were to give them more of a chance, if I were to play them more often, wouldn't have anybody to play with. And I feel like they're so team oriented. It depends so much on not just your team being good, but like, can you communicate? Can you strategize together? Like, Fortnite is not a solo game. I know they have solo modes. I think Fortnite for sure has had, or maybe they switch it out. They have a solo mode. That's cool, you know. But yeah, I feel like because there's the emphasis on being a team, that's how really you do the best that you possibly can. Me being a solo player is not going to have as much fun. So that's more on me for that con. I feel like any game that has sort of team focused gameplay or combat is gonna suffer for the solo player. And I just want to take a side note real quick. One of the things that I really like about Apex Legends that I kept on saying so far is the ping system, which the other two don't have. But one of the things that turns me off from Fortnite is the building. I never really made a video dedicated to anything about Fortnite, but I think it's still the most popular out of all three. I feel like it's still, especially with their new event that just happened. The building is something that I cannot compete with. You know, I will never be able to strategize and utilize that mechanic to its fullest. So I feel like that's part of the reason why I can't play it. I'll be, you know, my skill will transfer over from my FPS, you know, games that I've played over the years. But when it comes to a game like Fortnite, I just can't compete. So that's just a little side note. So we were on 3, right? So we're gonna go to 4 now, and then 5 afterwards. 4, the circle feels really claustrophobic, and I feel like someone like me who doesn't like to be rushed to do things, that really goes against the way that I like to play. I like to take my time, strategize, come up with a plan, see what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna go. And once the circle starts to close, you feel that sort of pressure to like, oh, I gotta move, I gotta get going, I gotta get out of here, the circle's gonna kill me. And if the circle doesn't kill me, if I'm close to the edge, other teams that are trying to escape the circle are also gonna try to kill me, you know what I mean? I just don't like that claustrophobic, sort of pressure that it puts on you to keep moving towards the middle. And also, if you are the type of person that always waits until the circle starts to come in for you to move, there's going to be people already in the safe zone. So it incentivizes camping. People who play this game all the time will make sure that they are in the safe zone well before you make it if you're always on the outskirts. And they already have good loot most likely too. So if you spend too much time trying to, beef yourself up with good loot and good armor and stuff like that, it basically puts you at a disadvantage from the people who like to camp and who like to get away from the circle as quick as possible. And the last thing is for me personally, I am an impatient person. I don't think that the video games that I've played in the past, like Halo and Call of Duty and Overwatch, has made me this way. I just feel like it's just the type of game that I like to play. I like to play arena shooters. If I die, I like to get back into the action, you know what I mean? I like to get another chance right away. These Battle Royale matches can take a really long time sometimes, especially when you're facing a really good team. And if you die, you gotta go all the way back to the beginning, wait for all the people to spawn in, jump off your ship or your bus or whatever you have, and go back in and do it all over again. The best thing about playing a traditional, FPS is that once you die, you can get back in there. You know what I mean? There's just something about Team Deathmatch, something about Rumble, Slayer, these type of game modes that I just love, and I feel like nothing will ever top that for me. Halo 3 has a special place in my heart, and ever since that game, I feel like I'm just looking for something to give me that sort of experience all over again. I love games that are like Rumble and Rumble Pit or Lone Wolf, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's you and your skill versus 5 or 6 other dudes and their skill. You don't have to depend on anybody else except for yourself. And if you lose, well, it's because you weren't good enough and they were better than you. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about anyone else. You don't have to worry about your team. You don't have to worry about, do you know the map or not? You don't have to worry about if you have the same type of guns or not. You know what I mean? I just come from the era of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1 and 2, and also Halo 3, and probably Halo Reach. So it can give you a little bit of a, background as the type of shooter that I like to play. I don't know, man. I don't hate anybody, and I don't blame anybody for really loving the certain climate we have right now when it comes to battle royales with stuff like Fortnite, PUBG, and even Apex Legends. They're doing great. And to be honest with you, probably the reason why I like Apex more than all 3 of them is because it was made by Respawn. And they made Titanfall, and Titanfall was amazing. Titanfall 1 and 2 was so good. But anyway, those are my reasons why I don't like battle royales, guys. Please, in the future, if anyone asks you, does he like battle royale, you could just point him to this video, because that's what I'm gonna do. Be like, oh, I made a whole entire video saying why I don't like them. I don't really want to play anymore. If a big one pops up just like Apex, I probably will. But to be honest with you, the last time I played any battle royale was a couple months ago. Like I said, when I just took one day and I played them all. I played all the popular ones, even H1Z1. Let me see. I played H1Z1. I played Apex Legends. Played Fortnite. Played PUBG, and I played this other little quirky one, Realm Royale. Yeah, that was a little weird. It wouldn't really optimize very well. It didn't really run well for me. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the background. I suck. I know. I'm never gonna have any thoughts in my head that I'm actually good at battle royale games, but I'm pretty good at, you know, regular shooters. So I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.
Where you guys at?
He downed me outside. I'm right next to Moldy.
He's outside?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I threw a grenade in there. Oh shit. Did you kill him? Watch out.
He finished.
He needs some milk!